Nigri, ni, Mawanzo. Go is the beginning. In the name of she, capital S, capital H, capital I, who man Adam called son, S-U-N, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, in the name of the true begotten Son, Emmanuel, I-M-A-N-U-E-L, whose name means go with us, Matthew 1:23, Acts 4:12, in the name of the true motherland, Nigritia, Nigratia, which means land of the gods, Ki Swahili, Tower of Babel, man's first tongue. Amani Kutoko, Yupu, peace from above. How y'all doing? Welcome to BLAXBLAX, Black BLACK TV, where I expound upon the virtues of our forefathers, except on Wednesday and Saturday, where I am teach knowledge. I am teach the book of life. Kiribucha Uzima. Reading from the New Testament of Emmanuel, Agano, Jipya, Emmanuel. Reading from the Epistle of Paul, the Apostle to the Ephesians, chapter 2. And you he made alive who were dead in trespasses and sins, in which you once walked according to the course of the world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit who now works in the sons of disobedience, among whom also we all once conducted ourselves in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature children of wrath, just as the others. Behold, but God of gold, who is rich in mercy, because of his great love with which he loved us, even when we were dead in trespasses, made us alive together with Emmanuel. By grace you have been saved, and raised us up together, and made us sit together in the heavenly places in Emmanuel, that in the ages to come he might show the exceeding riches of his grace and his kindness towards us in Emmanuel. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and that not of yourself, it is the gift of God of gods, not of works, lest anyone should boast. For we are his workmanship, created in Emmanuel for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. Therefore remember that you, once Gentiles in the flesh, who were called uncircumcision by what is called the circumcision made in the flesh by hands, that at that time you were without Emmanuel, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without goal in the world. But now in Emmanuel, you who once were far off have been brought near by the blood of Emmanuel. For he himself is our peace, who has made both one and has broken down the middle wall of separation, having abolished in his flesh the enmity, that is, the law of commandments contained in an ordinance, so as to create in himself one new man from the two, thus making peace, and that he might reconcile them both to go in one body through Emmanuel, thereby putting to death the enmity. And he came and teached peace to you who were far off, and to those who were near. For through him we both have access by one Spirit to the Father. Now therefore you are no longer strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and members of the household of God, having been built on the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Emmanuel himself being the chief cornerstone, in whom the whole building, being fitted together, grows into a holy temple in the Ghost, and grows into a holy tabernacle in the Ghost, in whom you also are being built together for a dwelling place of gold in the Spirit. Interesting. Very interesting. When I see this, yeah. Like I said, I don't read this beforehand, so a lot of this I'm just getting and I got wanna let me see. And you he made alive who were dead in trespasses and sins. Yeah. Being dead in trespasses and sins is being mortal and knowing that what you're doing is not to your benefit at all, but God, who is rich in mercy, can and will give you. Oh, okay. No, okay. 16. That's where I was sitting up here confused at 2:16. Through the what? No, through the tree. That's where I was confused at 16 through the tree. Yeah. And that he might reconcile them both to go in one body through the tree, thereby putting to death the enmity. Yeah, because they trying to say the cross. No, no, nope. Because Emmanuel was placed, was hung upon a tree. One more time. Acts 5:30, he was hung upon a tree. Now, going back here, verse 2, the spirit who now works in the sons of disobedience, yeah, among whom also we all once conducted ourselves. One more time. Remember, Peter was a tax collector. So he did the sinful things. But the most important aspect is in order to become a saint, you must first be a sinner. You must first be a sinner. Everybody must first be a sinner, except for Emmanuel, who was planted directly. So therefore, he did not come from man. So therefore, he was not first a sinner. Whereas mortal man like me, I was brought forth by man, and man in and of himself is a sinner. So therefore I was brought forth in sin, but not so much as me being a sin, but being from the beginning, there was and is sin. That's why Emmanuel was planted direct, because he was and is above sin. Because man had nothing to do with him being put forth into woman. Man opened the womb for him to come forth into the world. That's what man did. Joseph took his wife and then he knew her not. He made sure that the child could come forth into this world. But other than that, no, no, go to gold, planted him direct. So he was above sin so that he could save us. Just like it say verse 4, but gold, oh gold, who was rich in mercy. One more time. If you ask him, like it said, after they bit the fruit, 7 times 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 7, I will forgive your offspring because of what you did, but you showed me respect first and foremost. The very first thing Adam did was, Father, I cannot present myself to you like this because I am naked. I respect you too much to present myself naked. And there it is. So for you respecting me, I will allow your offspring that many times. All they got to do is what? Ask, who is rich in mercy, but he ain't just going to give it to you. Seeking you shall find. One more time. Even when we were dead in trespasses, made us alive together with Emmanuel. One more time. Verse 5. Verse 6. And raised us up together and made us sit together in the heavenly places in Emmanuel. See, by, through, in, and of Emmanuel. One more time. When you see Emmanuel, then you can see what's happening. You can see Paul, the sinner, who turned into a saint because you first a sinner. Verse 9, verse 10. For we are his workmanship, created in Emmanuel for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. One more time. You hear what he said? It's already set forth. But at the same time, you have to realize and recognize that we do have choices to a degree. To a degree, we have choices. This morning, I could have chosen not to do this, but I can and I can't. I don't have the choice not to do it. I could have the choice not to do it, but I don't have the choice not to do it. I'm 67. I don't have a choice. I'm not no youngster who can convince myself. One more time, just like he said. Where was that? Verse 3. Among us also we all once conducted ourselves in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind. One more time. Because when you're young, it's new experiences and so on and so forth, etc., etc. So therefore, you are going to live life because of who you are, because of how you represent. That's how it is, because you have no choice in that manner. Whereas a child, you have to learn to grow. But I'm 67. So one more time, I can't use the excuses that I used when I was a youth. Now I go forth in purpose because as a child, I had knowledge. Like Adam, the day before he bit the fruit, he had knowledge. That's why he was running around butt naked. And it was no big deal. The day before he bit the fruit, he was butt naked And it was no disrespect, nor did he feel any disrespect to go to goals. After he bit the fruit from the tree of knowledge, because he had knowledge. He was 130 years old. He had knowledge. He had knowledge. One more time. He had knowledge. But when he bit the fruit, he gained knowledge. I know I'm not supposed to present myself to my father, go to goals, naked. Go to go like, what? How you know that? Oh, man. Oh, man. That's okay. Life goes on. One more time. Go to goal creates life, not death. Death is a part of life because of the mistake Adam made. Not the mistake Eve made. Because she was not the one under the laws. She's under man's law. Adam under go to goal's law. One more time. Woman was not under go to goal's law. Woman was under man's law. Hey, check this out. Go to goal told me, whoop, whoop, whoop. This what gonna tell you, look, don't mess with that. Go to God told me I can't mess with it, and you can't mess with it either. One more time. That's what he told me, not to mess with it, and I'm telling you, don't mess with that tree. One more time. Man told her that. Go to God told man. So that's where the true sin came in when he bit the fruit, because he went against the laws of God to God. She just went against the words of man. One more time. Go to God didn't tell her not to eat the fruit. Man told her, don't eat that. One more time. Go to God didn't communicate with her. For what? For what? One more time. Let us make helpmate for man. And then he bagged up. Because that's when Adam said, since she is of my flesh and a part of me, I call her woman. Excuse me. Go to God. Told man to name everything. When she got here, he didn't change his mind. I call her woman. So that she falls up under my laws, my rules. The rules that go to God gives me, I decide which one I pass on to her. Don't eat the fruit. I told you don't eat that fruit. Woman, what is you doing? You ate the fruit? The main breaking of the laws was him, not her. She went against what man said. He went against what God said. That's where it began. One more time. Free your mind and your ass will follow. The kingdom of heaven is within. Notice that everything here, I keep saying Emmanuel, 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 Emmanuel. And right there where they had a cross and I wasn't aware, I was, because I had been here before and I didn't see that. But anyway, the tree, choices, one more time. Chapter 2, verse 16. And that he might reconcile them both to God in one body through the tree, thereby putting to death their enmity. Because Emmanuel was hung upon a tree. Jesus, their God, was nailed to a cross. Choices. Which one you want to do? Because as you heard me through here, all you heard me say was Emmanuel, 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 Emmanuel. You can do the same thing in your book. If you want your book to be this book, then you can do exactly the same thing I did, which is see all them Emmanuels, Emmanuel, 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 Emmanuel. Do the same thing. It's up to you. Anyhow, as always, trip C's, trip C's, trip C's. Cool, calm, collected, WWW, whole wide world. Niggity, Ni Mawanzo. Lord is the beginning. In the name of she, capital S, capital H, capital I, who man Adam called son, S-U-N, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, in the name of the true begotten Son, Emmanuel, I-M-A-N-U-E-L, whose name means God with us, Matthew 1:23, Acts 4:12, in the name of the true motherland, Nigeritia, N-I-G-R-I-T-I-A, which means land of the gods, Ki, Swahili, Tower of Babel, man's first tongue. Amani kutoka, peace from above. In the name of Emmanuel, go with us. In the name of Emmanuel, go with me. Asante sana.